So this is 2018, August 21st. And just adding to the 45-second videos. We just finished up a project and I took videos along the progression of the machine. And I'm excited about it, I'm proud of it, and it works. But I wanted to give a fast update of what's been happening and where we are. So let me say this right at the outset. I'm really not, number one, I'm not a farmer. Number two, I like it, but I'm really not interested in it. I'm here to start churches. I'm here to have people accept the Lord. But along the way, we've had to get off in these other things, especially with the trying to take care of the land up here legally, with the children's home. I've got 6 kids naturally, and number 7 is adopted. We came here, my oldest was 7 years old, and I had 2 kids born here. And then number 7, we adopted. So my kids are interested. The kids love Thailand. My son, Isaac, I think he would probably, I'm sure he would rather be here than in the States. But so that being said, they've put a lot into it. My daughter, all the kids have. They put finances into it. They've put advice. They've put prayers, and I'm really thankful for that. And so the progression of events is, we have 17 rye, about 7 acres. The law is that we have to use it for farming. It was suggested to us that we raise bananas in 12 months. We'll have fruit. Rambutan trees, plant those in 3 years, we'll have fruit. And so that's what we did. 12 months went by, and the bananas were really scrawny. And so we planted again. And the rambutan trees, a lot of them died. We didn't have the water. And so that was why we dug the cistern out back. One thing has led to another. About 4 months ago, my son came over and said, "Dad, in Alaska, we raise chickens. Why don't you raise chickens?" And I hate chickens, just because they're so expensive to feed. My wife has been saying, why don't you raise chickens? And so, okay, let's try it. And he gave me some tips. Instead of raising meat chickens, we raised laying chickens. One of the byproducts of egg chickens is manure. So how do you clean up the manure? So you put hay. And I'm talking about a progression of events. One thing leading to another. So you put hay underneath the cages. And then what do you do with that? Well, you put it over here. Well, I've heard of compost. I've heard of composting piles. And so that's got to be flipped. And then I'm thinking, these banana plants, once they give their fruit, you got to cut them down, and then they grow again. And so what am I supposed to do with these stalks? Because they'll lay on the ground for 2 years and not disintegrate. Again, we're talking about a progression of events. Well, I really ought to have a chopper. Well, so the bananas are this big around. There's no chopper that I can afford that I can handle bananas in that, or banana plants in that diameter. So, necessity's the mother of invention. And so, well, can you use a 55-gallon barrel? And God's given me some people that are, I'm a welder, I'm a bulldozer operator, some things I do know. And so I said, well, we made the cement mixer out of a 55-gallon drum. Why can't we make a chopper out of it? And I took it down to the welder, and he said, no, you can't do it. No, he absolutely. He says, this is what you got to use. You got to use steel that's at least a 1/16 of an inch thick. Where am I going to get that? And I went down the street. Within 15 minutes, I found a round tank that was perfect. And so then, how to put the blades and how to build the blades, and then then I was on the internet. You know, should the blades go around like a mowing machine? Da, 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 da. I saw a video on the YouTube. That would work. And so I started that. Then I went to a welder, and he said, "This is what you ought to do." And and so we talked about it. And my ideas, their ideas, and basically God's leading. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Incredible. Incredible. As that's coming to fruition, as the chopper is coming to fruition, I'm talking to a guy across the street, and I told him what I'm building. He says, "Listen, Tim." This is a Thai guy. He's, "Listen, Tim. I got thousands of banana plants, and I'll give them to you." Okay, if somebody's going to give me something for free, okay, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to use it, but I know you can make fertilizer out of it, and I know you can sell the fertilizer. Number two, maybe it's even silage, and the States, they feed, you know, this is, so that's where we are. It's been a progression one day at a time, one situation at a time, $1 at a time, and the Lord's work is fun. It is fun. It's tiring, but I'd like you to, I need your prayers. I would like your prayers. The church in Conneaut is doing very well. The church here is doing well. The people are coming together. Spiritually, they seem like they're growing. The 2 kids that we have are doing very well. Now, let me go off a little bit direction here. You know, we're trying to set up a children's home for kids that are disadvantaged, not necessarily orphans, but disadvantaged. And so we got a situation where we could take care of 25 kids. We've got the financing for 25 kids. But God's not giving us 25 kids, He's giving us 2, which is sort of strange. And it's disheartening. People in the States are saying, "Why don't you have more kids?" Well, I don't know. I don't know. God's not giving them to us. We're praying for them. We're not advertising, but we're putting our name out, and it's got to be in God's time or it's going to wreck. Well, we got 2 kids going to the school up here, and it's really a backwoods school. The teachers come sometimes, they don't come sometimes. It's a great area, but school is not real good. Well, these 2 kids, I had my granddaughter come over. My wife came up with the idea, "Why don't you have Dakota teach English?" And so these 2 kids that I have went to school and said, "Ma'am Maureen's granddaughter's coming over, she's going to teach English." Bang. We had 10 kids come in. Dakota was here for about 30 days. She taught English, and now I'm teaching those kids, and we're up to like 20. And so here we are, and we're witnessing to the kids. Last night the kids came in and talked to my wife. You know, "What are you doing here? What happens? You know, we've heard that when Christians die, they have to put nails in their hands, and that's the way they bury Christians." And it was one question after another question after another. These are kids that are 8, 9, 10, 12, 14 years old. Or, you know, there's little people, and they're cute, and they're very, very quaint. But they're souls that God is opening the door. I don't have to feed them. I don't have to find their clothes. I don't have to worry about them running away. I don't have to find a place for them to sleep. They stay at home, but they're here every day. They come on Sunday. And so these 2 kids, it's like priming the pump, you know. You take a little cup of water, you put it in, and all of a sudden you get this, just keep the handle going. And so these 2 kids have generated 20 kids in English. and we're witnessing to these kids. It's a Sunday school every day. It's a Bible club every day. And so initially we're starting a home, and we're still trying to start a home. But I'll take whatever the Lord gives us. I'll go in any direction that the Lord wants us to go. And I would invite you to do the same in your situations. Thank you for what you're doing here, and thank you for your patience. I know it's been a long haul. We're in it for the long haul, and it isn't always. We're going to have people say we're going to develop a pastor. We're going to start a church. I wish it was like that. I wish it was like that. It's not. It's dealing with people. It's building credibility. It's one catastrophe on top. It's one running catastrophe that the Lord conquers, that the Lord puts together. This has gone way longer than I wanted it to. I'm sorry. So I'll try to cut it down. But Lord bless you real good. Lord bless you real good. Thank you. Bye-bye.